We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Los Angeles Rams and the Dallas Cowboys. It's the final 3 weeks of the season, still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led out by the first overall selection of the 2016 draft. From Cal, it's Jared Goff.
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup, love his moxie, one of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor. Gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But he did throw an interception in last week's game. That contributed to a loss. And despite the fact he threw 3 touchdown passes, he's going to be out there redoubling his efforts and trying to play better.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Goff now to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. A shotgun snap for Goff. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think, though? Blitz coming, and down he goes. DeMarcus Lawrence in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now Goff. Throw right side, going to be caught by Higbee. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. 1st down, Prescott. It gets it over the middle to Cobb. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. These two teams, of course, met last year in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. And, you know, a lot of people were calling that kind of a throwback game to the 70s of the old NFL. The Rams would get out to the 23-7 lead. Cowboys tried to make a late push, but the Rams would hold on. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. And they'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. To the right side, and he's got Edelman. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Now Prescott. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Michael Gallup, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you give the defensive touchdown early, give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, we've had that conversation with them prior to the game. They always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play there for L.A. Give him 53 yards on the ground. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Rush coming, and he's taken down. DeMarcus Lawrence getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Open man right side is Kupp, complete. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, L.A. Cooper Kupp, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter.
Brandon, they just got the ball, and already they're in the end zone, and you're getting ready to talk about the PAT. That was fast.
Zerline good with a PAT, and that'll make our score 14-6. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Let's go! Let's go!
Cowboy offense heading out. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. What we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position number 1, but nothing's set in stone right now. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And now the Rams have got it going the other way. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free. Anything you can do to slow them down.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. That's going to set him back 5 yards. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. They'll fake the give. Now Goff. And Cooks has it over the middle. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for L.A. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Riddick with a carry. And he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage with a penalty flag down. This might push him back further. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, he can't hold him.
This pass from Goff to Everett, the tight end. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll be 2nd and 12. Well, you think about the two quarterbacks in this game, Goff and Prescott. And, of course, Jared Goff, the first pick back in the 2016 class. Prescott, that same class, but he was in the 4th round, pick number 135. But Dak would take home Offensive Rookie of the Year honors. Fear not, though, for Jared Goff. He would recover, of course, and lead the Rams to Super Bowl 53 and that eventual loss to the Patriots. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Zuerlein, of course, last year had likely the iconic field goal of the season, booting that 57-yarder in his squad to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you really hurt the Saints fans on that one, didn't you?
Sorry.
They didn't want to hear that at all. Guy deserves his nicknames. Greg the Leg, Legatron, because the ball goes through the post at a heavy rate, 87% in 2018.
Coming up later tonight, Sunday Night Football, a good one in SoCal. The Vikings and the Chargers from Dignity Health at 8:20 Eastern, 5:20 Pacific on EA Sports. Prescott, caught by Cobb. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. Prescott from the gun. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. To throw is Prescott. Trying for Edelman again. This time he's got it. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. So they take a big chance here in their own territory, and you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own?
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
On the ground, it's Riddick. And for a 2nd straight play, that Cowboy defense gets him to the ground behind the line of scrimmage.
54 Mike. Check. Watch 54.
3rd and long. It's gone. And able to find Higbee. It's complete. Touchdown, L.A. Tyler Higbee with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Rams have taken the lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target. And now it's blocked. And the Cowboys pick it up. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. The 40, past the 20, 10. And he's all the way into the end zone. And so much for losing the lead with the 2 points there. This game's back to even. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. On the left side, Gallup's got it. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Right there. 54.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
All day, defense, all day, all day. Bang, 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 bang.
Here's Prescott. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. Well, one thing's for sure. They're going to have to come up with something at halftime because he is absolutely roasting them right now.
They're going to go through the whole litany of things, changing coverages, what are we going to do to put a man on him? The big thing to me is treat it like a good pitcher treats pitching a game. Change your timing.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Samson Abukum. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up a lot. And now nothing but green ahead of him. 30, the 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, L.A. In for the score as his guys are able to regain the lead. Zerline now for the PAT. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now Dak Prescott and the offense heading back onto the field. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure his team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game, but just let him know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Boy, you got to think that having the 37-year-old veteran Jason Witten back at tight end is going to be great for Dak Prescott for plays just like that. And you think to last year when Witten wasn't there, it was kind of a rotating carousel. They had Blake Jarwin, Jeff Swaim, Rico Gathers, Dalton Schultz. But Witten back out there and doing his thing again. Now a pass here caught by Edelman. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Sound good. Chillin'.
I thought about what my coaches have told me in the past. The biggest team. Get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
Chillin', bro. I'm about to hope I get like that next move.
Now the Rams will signal for a timeout. There's
Dude, you got that 2K,
just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
He's been working on it this morning. I think I saw.
What'd you say?
I said he been working on his man this morning, I think.
Yeah, I told to the nigga early. Shit, I thought he should have still been on. I was trying to get him in when I came back from the street.
Jared Goff and the Rams headed back onto the field, and he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence, does a great deal for your team, gives them a lead, and they feel really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and bring him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Riddick. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Just what you want on a first down. They call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
How to shut down Cam Newton. If Atlantis is a mix of danger, if you don't contain Newton a whole lot from half field, he's going to do a lot of damage. Disregard blowing down neutral.
Often alters the normal spacing and run fits, and these creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe
Anybody
works.
playing use the game right now?
Again, it's Elliott. Uses the stiff arm. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 12 yards there and a first down. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beat. They want to run the
baby,
football.
you blocking him, baby.
They want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Prescott, throw right side, taken in by Gallup. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 15 yards on the play, first down. Prescott now, 11 of 15 through the air. Here's first and 10.
Good game over here.
Looking to throw. Prescott. That's complete to Cobb.
Yeah, AFC still down, baby.
45 before going out of bounds. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Prescott now. And that is incomplete. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for. And it's 3rd down. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. Now Prescott. Over the middle, Julian Edelman, it's complete. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first.
Oh, I don't know. That might be good.
Yeah, that's me listening to him yesterday. He was talking to you.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
Damn, there was a pick, nigga.
No move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Now Prescott on 4th down. Complete to Jason Witten.
Shit, Witten.
They were caught in no man's
My dog
land.
John Brown been John Rose been doing over that cut.
It's a first down. The last time we saw Jason Witten on a football field instead of the broadcasting booth was, of course, 2 years ago, 2017. He had 63 catches, 560 yards, 5 touchdowns. It was his 11th Pro Bowl that season for a man who came into the league back in 2003. Prescott now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Prescott. Looking sideline, incomplete. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. Who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Tavon Austin, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny.
Goody claps.
There it results in a touchdown. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that will tie our game here in the 3rd. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the attention turns back.